Take it away.
Alright, my topic for today is how to think critically, or why should we think critically. What makes me credible for this topic is my brain, and also my extensive research and my articles available on the web. Today I'm going to talk about critical thinking, the causes and barriers to critical thinking, and also the solutions for it. Before I start the topic, let me tell you guys that this topic may be offensive because some people find arguments offensive. Well, if you find arguments offensive, then you have a disease and I have a cure for that disease. Now, but even this, by saying that, let me tell you that we all are on common ground, we all are human beings. I can commit errors and you can, even if you're an evolutionist or a creationist. Let's get into the topic. Socrates, he says, I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. So I'm hoping I started with a humble beginning so that I can offend you now. What is the problem? We don't think critically. I know a lot of you think that I do think critically. I mean, I used to believe that when I was younger and stupid. But let's see the facts. According to the critical thinking community, a research conducted in 2004 in University of Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley and UCLA, only 8% of the students think critically. I like to believe the number is even smaller than 8%. And when I see the statistics, I get really scared. I'm like, and by the way, our politicians are the same. And you know who requires a course on critical thinking? Our politicians. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's it. I'll bash around the politicians later. To beg the question, what critical thinkers say that, give me an argument on why I should accept this. By being a critical thinker, I'm not saying that you should be principled skeptics. What does it mean to be a principled skeptic? Is those who deny history or say the Holocaust never happened. We faked the moon landing. These are examples of being principled skeptics. The thing about it is, if you go on to continue to deny history, you will not believe anything, and that can make you a utilitarian. Utilitarian always live in the present. They do not learn from their past mistakes. And that is not critical thinking. That is just skepticism, not believing human beings when you are a human yourself. Why you must learn? So that people cannot persuade you to take bad decisions. Hitler persuaded Germany to take up arms against another race. That was destructive. People write books. For example, my previous topic, Richard Dawkins came up. He wrote a book, The God Delusion. And in that topic, he discusses as to why we shouldn't believe in God. I can tell you there are 8 fallacies in his book. But people don't understand because they are not critical thinkers and they think, wow, what a great book, stupid book it was. Barriers and causes to critical thinking. It is a stupid book, not was. Aldous Huxley says, we commit intellectual blunders because it suits our interest to do so, or because our blunders are of such a nature that we get pleasure or excitement from committing them. This is very true because at times, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you seem to believe in that idea of that all Democrats are good and if I'm a Democrat, all Democrats are good and all Republicans are evil, and we do not even give the other person a chance to speak or give his opinion because we are biased, to be honest, and I'm going to say the barriers now. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias arises from thinking that searching for evidence to support your own views and not looking into other person's opinions. That is confirmation bias, in which you find support to support what you believe in rather than listening to the other person. Hasty generalization fallacy is when you look at a particular person in a religion or a race and you generalize it for the whole of the population. The other thing, as I mentioned, finding arguments offensive. If you find arguments offensive, you have disease. I mentioned that. Fallacies of presumption is when you distort the facts or evade the facts. This usually happens in the media and we fail to realize because we do not like that person. A lot of people do not like Donald Trump. I may or may not like him, but I believe that the media does try to give him a negative image. Next slide, and yeah, you find it offensive, I find it funny, that's why I'm happier than you. Solutions to a problem. So, by critical thinking, you are more informed and understand others' perspective. It also has psychological and philosophical benefits in which you take good decisions in life. Personal is relationships. Before you get into a relationship, you think about it and not just say, oh, that girl is cute and let's just go into it. And then you cry about it when she leaves you. And also, no, if that doesn't happen, I always tend to think in this direction. What if there is little evil bastard who's come up in your life? What do you do then? I'm sure. Oh my God, so silent. Social. Benefits of critical thinking is when you take good decisions in politics and in religion as well. As I said, even when you realize God, you should think critically about it and not just jump into it that faith is based on emotion. I believe in God because my parents believed in Him. No, you should think about it. Applications of critical thinking. A lot of people were discussing about space, not a lot of people, 2 people. Space colonies and human population. I think one of the reasons why you guys are worried about it is because our politicians are stupid. But what I tend to believe is that even if we make a space colony, we humans are so greedy, we'll create chaos even there. I propose not producing kids. And I'm going to contribute by not having any. If I have any, please let me know that I made a big mistake. Unless my wife convinces me, and in which case I'm a critical thinker, I'll convince her. Open borders or closed borders, both the sides don't realize what a situation is. If you advocate for open borders, then you are against the nation-state system. If you advocate for closed borders, many of the policies are generally racist. I advocate for controlled borders. You can read about it in the book by Angelo Corlett. Climate change is solely man-made. The thing about climate change is many of you won't agree and will think I'm talking stupid. Climate change is also caused by natural swings. It is not only man-made. If you look at both the sides, you will realize it. You have to do extensive research and you can come to me if you want to discuss about it. Minimum wage. And people who say that minimum wage shouldn't be increased, well, maybe you're not taking into account the perspective of the people who live on a minimum wage. If you do not plan to increase it according to the inflation, then you're actually saying that screw the people who are poor. And if you do that, those people won't have money to support their children or give them better education. Any questions, please?
We're about out of time, so.
Oh, I have 15 seconds.
Oh.
How we know before and now our reaction when we hear bad arguments. This is my niece. Never let arrogance distract you from the truth, and I'll close by this statement. It is impossible to avoid stepping in some bullshit on the pathway to truth. One goal is to have clean shoes when one dies. You might make mistakes. Thank you very much. No, actually, you're welcome.